That for Street Fighter, you're saying?
Yeah.
That's a movie that deserves a remake. It definitely deserves a remake.
Well, the thing is that the actual Jean-Claude Van Damme movie was horrible, but
it deserves an unmake.
They did an animated one around the same time that was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
If you read like the Cracked thing, like Cracked, website about that, Raul Julia's just dying of cancer, and Van Damme's not holding back and just fighting him.
Well, he had to make the fight scenes look real.
Yeah. And Van Damme's just doing coke on the beaches with chicks and like other extras. And Raul Julia's like,
why did that Raul Julia fucking? I mean, it must have been just one of those things where it's like, you know what, I'm fucking dead in a couple years anyway. I'm just gonna fucking do. Or not even a couple years. It was pretty quickly.
Young, like.
It was a paycheck.
Yeah.
He must have been just looking for the paycheck.
Like, no, the animated movie that you're talking about, I'm not a big anime guy at all, but that was sweet. And I actually had that on VHS, loaned it out to a friend years and years and years ago. Never got it back. I think it made its way out to California. I never saw it again.
I was out of the room. What movie are you talking about?
Street Fighter.
Oh, Street Fighter II, the movie?
Well, he brought up the Van Damme movie.
Which is great. Yeah.
And Mike brought up the animated.
It's greater if you think about that he was coked up the entire time.
We were just talking about
that's what
that,
he just mentioned.
And now he's beating up a guy that's dying of cancer right in the middle of everybody.
Well, because there's one that they show on one of the free streaming things. Like, because I have a Roku TV, and they have like the Roku channel and some other crappy ones. But they show Street Fighter II, the movie, which is the animated one.
That's what they're saying.
That's what you're talking about? Okay.
That's really good. You know what's fucked up about this is kind of like an aside, but like when you think about like the concept behind Street Fighter 2 or whatever, you had like Sagat, who was from Thailand, did Muay Thai. Ryu did Shotokan karate. Dalsim with the yoga bullshit.
Yeah.
And they had a Brazilian in that game.
Yeah.
Who was a fucking animal and just electrocuted people and just like did like impossible like animal moves. And completely ignoring the fact that like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu existed, like even back then.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? How can you make that a video game?
You could fucking easily make. I mean, you made a guy electrocuting people with his hair fucking into a thing.
But I'm talking about like he would just was he gonna pull guard? You know?
Well, yeah, well, you could do. You could exaggerate it and do some shit like they don't throw fireballs in karate, but it's like based off of certain movements. They could have done something where like a guy jumps on his head and cranks his neck or something.
Well, they kind of did memes of after Gabriel Gonzaga knocked out Crow Cop. They did some Blanca memes because he was savage and aggressive.
That's my favorite UFC moment ever, by the way. I'm happy you referenced
that's
that.
That's definitely one of the top.
We thought he died while we watched that. We're like, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah, he came pretty close.
That was
his fucking knee got destroyed because when he passed
know,
out from the blunt force head trauma, his fucking knee just folded.
And you didn't know a guy that was that big could lift his leg that high to kick a tall guy in the head.
Well, that's the thing. Like it was a great knockout because of how brutal it was. It was also a great knockout because it was
how he did
something.
It to people.
Yeah, it was like poetic justice. Like fucking Crow Cop did that shit to like so many people.
Yeah,
and brutalized them with that kick. And then to see a guy who's known primarily for his ground game, or not necessarily ground game, but not known for like high kicks to the fucking head, just land one right on Mirko and take him out like that. It was so unexpected.